everybody, and welcome to my first part of my playthrough of all of Cybertron. Okay, it's not my first playthrough, obviously. This is like the third time, but you know, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna do a commentary playthrough on Flawless Cybertron, so here I am. It makes sense though. This is like one of my favorite games of all time, so you know, it's about time I did something like this. Especially again, since I'm trying to do more playthroughs of games with commentary. And why would I not do this game? Because it's one of my favorites. I thought about starting with War for Cybertron, but I was just like, if I want to, I'll just go back and do War for Cybertron later. The problem I have with... Okay, I love War for Cybertron. I have no problem with that game, except for the Ratchet level. I still hate that level. But, what I mean by problem is that War for Cybertron has these incredibly long levels, you know, that they're long, you know. Except for like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say now. Except for like the Trypticon, you know. Get in here. You know, the levels where you fight Trypticon or fight Omega Supreme on the Decepticon side, like, those are shorter, but like, some of the levels of War for Cybertron are long, but still, some of the best Transformers games that I think we'll ever get. I noticed at the time of recording this that Transformers Battlegrounds is apparently on Steam now. And I mean, right now it's like $12.50 on sale, which I'm like, if I hadn't paid, you know, $65 to get Forza Horizon 5, I probably would have bought it. But some of the reviews for it are funny, because some people are like, oh, in comparison to the previous Transformers games, and I'm like, well, what did you expect? It's a game, you know, set in the Cyberverse universe that is also a turn-based strategy game. You know, like, and yeah, I've never had the best luck with TDS games, except for like Pokemon. But, you know, it's a Transformers game. I imagine it'll be super easy, so at some point I probably will buy it and play it. Just out of the sheer curiosity to see if it's any good. A lot of the reviews said it's really short, which is fine. Like, one of them was like, oh man, it's like a mobile game without the ads in terms of length. And I'm just like, well, that wouldn't be correct, because, you know, mobile games aren't just about ads. Mobile games are also about trying to have you play as little as possible, if you ask me. That's why I couldn't get into Forge to Fight. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say that. That's why I stopped playing Forge to Fight. Because of the fact that it's just, a lot of mobile games have that, you know, where they have, like, the energy bar, or whatever, which is basically like, yeah, you get, you know, you can only play this much in a day because you run out of energy, but oh, if you want to play more, you can just give us money and, you know, refill your energy. And it's like, I get what you're trying to do, and I don't really like it. so you can just take that and shove it up your ass. Hey, no meleeing me. No meleeing me. But, yeah. So I'm just kind of over here, like, at some point I will probably try Battlegrounds. It's gonna be a very bland experience from the sound of it, but, you know. I remember one of the reviews, there was one really long review on Steam for that game. I remember reading part of it, I mean I read all of it, but like, part of it said something that was basically like, oh, if you've played all the other Transformers games and are just curious, then you know. And I'm like, that would be me. I haven't played all the other Transformers games, and at this point am just curious. And I too am aware that yes, it'll not be anywhere near as good as you know, Warfall, Devastation. Hell, it probably won't even be as good as the one that everybody hates. God, why can't I think of the name now? Rise of the Dark Spark, that's the one. You know, I find it interesting now too that on Steam, even now, if you look for Transformers games, that Battlegrounds is actually the only one that comes up. You know, you can't even buy Fall of Cybertron or War for Cybertron anymore. Hell, you can't even get Rise of the Dark Spark or Devastation. That is appalling. You can't even get Devastation anymore. Like, but like, you know, I really question, you know, I question it. I am falling back. I need to heal a bit, okay? But yeah, it's like, why don't you... I mean, I get like these ones, you know, are shit. It's related to Activision, and so it's probably like a contract thing, you know? But like, God, you know, let people try. Let them, you know. That's kind of why whenever I see, you know, someone that's like, oh, War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron should get remasters, and it's like, well, unfortunately, that is up to Activision, and they and Hasbro don't exactly have a partnership anymore, so it's a sorry to say, but that's never going to happen sort of thing. You know, at this point, getting a hold of these games is you either already have to have them,
meet me at the command terminal,
or, you know, you gotta have a PS3 or an Xbox 360 to be able to buy the games for, and you have to find the games, which, I mean, at this point, you know, good luck. I doubt GameStop doesn't even carry 360 and PS3 anymore, so you know, you're gonna have to go to a
Here's another molecular fuse. Optimus, if you'd be so kind as to locate another fuse.
one of those kinds of video game stores that has, you know, everything. That has PS3, Xbox 360, even older titles. Or titles, older systems. There's one that I've been to that's like has a lot of, you know, new and old video games as well as card games and like miniature gaming stuff. It's a really cool place.
That should do it. There they are.
It's a place that, and I won't mention it by name.
I've been trying to get those weapons online, but they're quite old.
It's the place that when I bought a PSP a couple months back, I went there and found several of the classic games that I remember having when I originally had a PSP.
Roger that, Prime.
I mean, it wasn't the cheapest. I mean, it wasn't that expensive. It's one of those, it could have been worse. It could have been more expensive. But that's a whole different situation with the PSP, mostly the system itself. Crap, I forgot what button it is to throw the grenade. Oh well, we're getting them.
All clear. Seal the door behind me.
I thought it was Q. Apparently it is not Q. But anyway, yeah, I bought the PSP. It's a blue one. From a person on Facebook Marketplace that... It's more of an online shop kind of thing. But,
Path should be fairly clear. All of that machinery will have been moved by now. All that is left now is the city's old foundation.
that's why it was number 1. I understand now. Sure, I'll take one of those. Then let's roll on out. What? Oh, you want me to go this way?
They're about to get overrun! It's Optimus! The cons are in for it now!
You dang right they are.
Slippery son of a gun, aren't you?
Yeah. He is a slippery son of a gun.
Scared to fight face to face?
No. I don't blame me either. Your face is ugly. Boom! Ah, you didn't expect that, did you? But yeah, I got this PSP and it was good for like the first couple days that I had it. But then I just started having issues where the battery just isn't working, basically. Like sometimes I would go to turn the PSP on and it wouldn't come on, and I would have to take the battery out and put it back in and then turn it on and it would be fine. And I'm like, well, that works for that, but like, yeah. He is a slippery bastard, ain't he? The gears of Transformers. Instead of Gears of War. Okay, but anyway. And so the person I bought it from sent me a new battery. And then I put that one in, and even that one's having the same issue, so you know, because I thought it was one of the games, because it would happen like after I would be playing something like Rock Band Unplugged. And I'm like, it must be Rock Band Unplugged that's fucking with my system, but then, you know, turns out it was the system fucking with me. So I'm just like, alright. And it just kind of deterred. I mean, I spent like $175 on that PSP because it's the blue model, which is not as common as, you know, just like a regular, like a black one or something. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, well, you know, I'm not gonna. The guy obviously won't take it back. And his only suggestion was to take the battery and put like a slip of paper behind the battery, so that the because that's what his thinking is that the battery is loose. And to me, I'm just like, look, I don't know, maybe, oh fuck, maybe it is loose. I couldn't tell you.
Optimus, are you alright?
Yes.
In the back! Hit it in the
I know. That's what I was trying to do.
Thanks, Optimus.
Yeah, don't mention it.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. But yeah, I still have my PSP. It's kind of just locked in the drawer at this point. Or not locked. I just kind of keep it in a drawer at this point because I'm like, you know, I'm tired of messing with it, trying to fix it when, you know, I'm not getting any help on that side from, like, the seller was helping me, but then, you know, he just kind of stopped helping me. So I'm just like, well, okay, I'm just gonna not deal with it. Oh, the other reason it cost so much too was because it was modded. So I could just put games on it, like, I could put the, yeah. Yeah, it's not a big loss, especially when a lot of the games that I was playing on it, you know, were ones that I played on an emulator as well. So I'm just like, yeah, it's nice to play them on an actual PSP, but also kind of like, eh. I am going to TV. Dude, what are you doing? Well, thanks for that. It's alright, I gotta deal with these guys anyway. Woo! I'm not scared. I'm strategic. Trying to get behind you sometimes is not the easiest thing. Yeah, freedom, bitches. Whee! I can see your back from here. Ah, gotcha. Oh, what? Come on, what are you gonna do? Try to go behind me? That's better.
Enough distractions. I've got a job to do.
Yeah, we do have a job to do. Let's do it. But anyway, yeah, that is in fact the story of my PSP. I still have it, I just don't really play it, so...